Yes, indeed, good people, you've made it. It's your favorite comic on the rise, back for the third season of the Comedy Chatter Podcast. You've been searching for a pod that gets into all things comedy, as well as kicking with the dopest comics in the comedy game, and this is the podcast for you. Season 3? Oh my goodness, did I just say season 3? I think I did. What's good? What's good, ladies and gentlemen? It's your main man, Meldon Williams, coming to you with the first episode of, like I said, season 3 of the Comedy Chatter Podcast. The only audio comedy podcast from the perspective of an up-and-coming stand-up comedian. Up-and-coming, that means me. Basically, that means I ain't shit yet, so I'm still trying to make it. I'm still trying to get myself out there, still trying to put my name on a contract or something, you know what I mean? But until then, I'm just going to keep grinding. That's what we do. That's what we do as comedians. And you know what? That's what we do as people. That's what we do as human beings, man. I know I've been, kind of out of commission for a minute, but guess what? The whole world has. And, with this whole thing that we're going through right now, this coronavirus, COVID-19 pandemic, like, man, oh my God, it's really, I got so much to talk about, but I'm not going to harp on the negative, though. I want y'all to know that right from the beginning. I'm not going to harp on the negative. All I'm going to say is that, hey, man, we going through some shit right now, but just like we always do, man, we persevere. We survive. And we do what we got to do, man. We hug the ones that we love. We keep them close. And man, that's what we got to do in these times, man, because, hey, this shit is craziness. This is straight up craziness. I've been bunkered down in my place for I don't know how long, man. And dude, it's just been, and I'm gonna be the first to admit, like anybody else ain't been shit during the pandemic. Like you just, like you ain't been shit. You ain't like you just like no motivation. That's been me. I just been, man. I wake up from my bed to go to the couch. Like that's all It's been, oh man, I just ain't been motivated. Because usually when you go to work, a lot of motherfuckers will talk about how, oh my God, I got to go to work today. But work, like that shit motivates you to get up and take a shower and brush your teeth and shit. You know what I mean? Like that shit makes you have to do that. But hey bruh, when I don't have to go to work, dog, I don't have to do none of that. You understand me? Yeah, I said it. I be laying around this bitch, man. It'd be 5 o'clock before I even know what the hell hit me. Like I be like, it's 5 p.m. I ain't even ate yet. I ain't did shit. Dude, been binge watching everything. Did you ever think you get tired of Netflix? Like you never even thought you could watch everything on Netflix. And one of my homegirls called me the other day, like, what should I watch? I was like, shit, watch Netflix. She's like, I watch every fucking thing on Netflix. I was like, that's impossible. She's like, shit, no, it ain't. I thought about it for a minute. I was like, yeah, she probably right. She probably don't watch every guy. Because, dude, when you ain't doing nothing, man, like, dude, man, I've been a whole complete piece of shit. I'm sorry. I need to get myself together. That's the reason why I was like, I got to get this podcast back up and going, man. So that's my motivation. Just proving to myself that I'm not a piece of shit right now. Like, come on, Meldon, do something. For real. So, yeah, man, hey, popping it back off. Like I said, it's uncharted territory because, I haven't been able to, get on a plane and go, where I want to go and this, that, and the other. And, and if y'all know how I get down, man, I swerve when I do these. I pick a comedian and I say, hey, man, I want to interview that person, somebody that I think is dope as hell, somebody that I'm a fan of. And, and I get with them and I tell them maybe let's do, or ask them, should I say, can we do a, interview? You know what I'm saying? And I go see them. I go get them. But, man, I ain't been able to do none of that, dog. So I told myself, I said, what would be a good idea, in the midst of this kind of shutdown, like no stage, no interview, no nothing. And I told myself it'd be cool to start season 3 off, episode 1, just kind of reliving some of the best stories that I had from the first 2 seasons. That was the mindset that I came to. I was like, hey, let's just you already interviewed a whole bunch of dope ass comedians, so let's just go into like the best stories, like some of my favorite comics, some of my favorite stories that they told during their interview, and I'm just gonna kind of highlight them during this episode. At the end of the episode, I'm also gonna give y'all a full set. The last time I thought it'd be fitting to give y'all I did a guest spot at Zany's in Chicago, Rosemont to be technical. But yeah, it's for the comics out there. I don't want to say, because it's actually a Zany's Chicago and a Zany's Rosemont. But shit, the motherfuckers pretty much in the same area. Anyway, I do guest sets there all the time. And I did a guest set there, man, and it was like shit back in, was it December? It was February. I think it was February. I think it was January or February. Let me just go ahead and I'll say February. And who knew that was gonna be my last time on stage? Like shit, it's May right now. And who would have knew that would have been my last time on stage because of this craziness that happened. But yes, I got the audio, and I'm going to give y'all the full set. I know usually I just do my little, quick excerpts of my sets. But yeah, I'm going to give y'all the full one. I'm going to give y'all all the way from introduce me all the way to when I get up, all the way to when I get off. So hopefully y'all enjoy that, man, and y'all start realizing how funny a cat that I really am. I know you can only just, get a certain glimpse of me here comedically when I do my podcast. But yeah, I'm going to start getting y'all out to come check me out, man. I'm starting to feature. I'm sad about that. This actual weekend was supposed to be, I was supposed to be featuring at my home club on the Ann Arbor Comedy Showcase. And obviously that's canceled. And I just really, before I start this episode, man, I want to take the time to talk about the people that I feel for right now. Like, of course, people are dying, and that's sad. And my thoughts and prayers go to them and their families. But if you're not feeling for like the seniors in high school right now, like my niece, everybody that knows me knows I love my niece with all my heart. She's 17 years old. She's a senior this year, and she's about to graduate high school. She's about to graduate high school. You know what I mean? And this shit happened. And now, like, dude, they got them, like, doing home lessons and shit. Like, they got to do shit online. But then they talking about they ain't going to have no prom. They not going to have no damn graduation. They're not going to be able to walk with the cap and gown. No. I would have been like, bitch, if you don't take this goddamn internet work away from me, like, ain't no way I'm about to sit around and do some internet work and turn in assignments every week, and y'all ain't gonna even let me have no prom or walk. Like, what? Are you kidding? When she told me that, I was like, really? I was like, shit, you better than me, niece. I wouldn't be doing none of that shit. And they better not think about not giving me my goddamn diploma either. I didn't make this stuff happen, so hey. Man, I feel for the seniors, man. And think about the hoopers and the football players and all of the athletes. You know what I'm saying? They were just, they were just about to start, like the basketball, like the big dance for basketball. Think about the college athletes. No NCAA tournament. I missed the hell out of that. March Madness, that's usually my shit, man. You get to see the Final Four. None of that. So I just feel real bad for all the seniors in high school, all the seniors in college, man. This is supposed to be a special time for them, and they'll remember it like this. So hopefully, like I said, man, God is good, So he'll figure something out and, get them the recognition they deserve. But I figured I'd just kind of, shout them out, before I get started with the show. So yeah, man, without further ado, man, I know back in the day sponsor. I told myself I'm going to give y'all like my best back in the day sponsor too. Like I'm not going to even come up with a new one. But I was listening to all my back in the day sponsors from all the other episodes. And one just had me on the flow like dying. I was like, yes, I'm going to go ahead. So that's what I'll do. I'm going to give y'all my best back in the day sponsor. I'm going to give y'all a few of my favorite stories from comics that have donned the podcast. And then I'll end it with, like I said, my full set from the last time I was on stage this year at Zany's Rosemont. That is the criteria. That's how we going to do. And y'all make sure y'all listen and subscribing and supporting, man. Y'all tell them folks out there, share this episode with folks, and then let them know that I got 2 other seasons that they can get down with and they can binge listen to since ain't nobody doing nothing. So that's where we are with it. I thank y'all so much, man. Y'all already know, man, this is a labor of love of mine. This is how I get down, man. I love doing the podcast. I just ain't been motivated, man. This stuff that kind of had me down. But I told myself, I got to get out of this funk, man. I'm going to buy me a bike tomorrow. I said, you're going to buy you a bike. And you're going to start riding the damn bike every day. Just roll all around Atlanta and just going all different type of places like when you was a kid. You know what I mean? And shit, I used to be all over the place. People used to see me all over Ann Arbor. Like, damn, that boy riding the hell out that bike. That's what I'm going to start doing tomorrow. I'm going to buy me a bike and I'm going to start riding. And that'll probably, hopefully, get me back into some shape and get my blood flowing and just give me some more motivation, man. Because this thing that beat me down more mentally than physically. I'm happy to say that I'm healthy. My people are healthy. And you know what I'm saying? We doing our thing. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to get into this episode. Y'all keep listening. Y'all keep subscribing. Y'all keep supporting. Comments down low. Do whatever you got to do, man. But this is the Season 3, Episode 1, Comedy Chatter Podcast. Back in the day sponsor. Which direction am I going this time? For those of you guys who are hip to the back in the day sponsor, it's basically, you know, like I said, I'm grassroots. You know, I'm pop the trunk. I'm a pop the trunk operation. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like, you know how they say on Jalen and Jacoby's podcast. You know, pop the trunk. Basically, man, hey, you selling your CDs at the trunk of your car now. You know, you don't have a distribution deal. You know, you're not in the record stores and you're not on in the malls and stuff like that. So you got to start somewhere. So that's where I am. I'm a pop the trunk operation. And so I don't have any sponsors, you know what I'm saying? Sponsors, I don't have nobody throwing me no loot to try to make this happen. This is a labor of love for myself, so I make this happen, all on my own. So with that said, I have to, I'm thinking about places that are no longer in business. That if they were in business, like they would be my sponsor. So that's where I got the back in the day sponsor from. This go round, the back in the day sponsor is Mervyn's department store. Oh my God. Do y'all remember Mervyn's? Hey, Mervyn's was part of my childhood. Like I knew, like when my mother took me into Mervyn's to go shopping, like we was about to do some serious school shopping. This wasn't like no playful shit. You wasn't getting no t-shirts, you wasn't getting no jeans. You know what I'm saying? When you went to Mervyn's, you was getting like serious, you was getting like picture day shit. You know what I'm saying? You was getting like sweaters and slacks and dockers. You know what I'm saying? I ain't talking about like regular sweaters. I'm talking about like them Bill Cosby sweaters. You know what I mean? Like them motherfucking Wednesday Lover sweaters. You know the ones I'm talking about. With a little leather on the sleeve. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Mervyn's wasn't no hoe. Like my sister hated Mervyn's. She's like, I don't go to no damn Mervyn's. I was like, hey, I don't care. As long as I get some clothes. I was that kind of kid I was. I ain't need all that new shit on. But yeah, Mervyn's, man, that was part of my childhood. So hey, back in the day, sponsor this go around is Mervyn's department store. If they were still in business, then maybe they would sponsor us due to the fact that I just shouted them all the way out. All right, now this first little excerpt comes from one of my favorite comics in the game right now, JJ from the SIP, Mr. JJ Williamson. Man, this dude is hilarious, but everybody, kind of, knows about JJ in the comedy world. They know how his hustle, they know his grind, they know how hard he works. But the best part about this story was hearing him talk about his first time on stage and how a lot of people don't see these stories. That's the reason why I asked them these kind of stories. So yeah, man, just, hey, enjoy listening to one of the comedy veterans nowadays here in 2020 talk about his very first time on stage. I'm sure you guys will get something out of it.
Man, very first time I've got on stage was in January of 1995.
Yes.
Here in Atlanta, Georgia. At the original Uptown.
At the original Uptown.
When it was upstairs in Buckhead.
All right.
In the plaza with the Houston's restaurant. The one Earthquake used to host. Shout out to my dude Earthquake, man. He used to host that thing, man. So that was my first time ever on stage, man. Open mic night. It was packed.
Dang.
I wasn't established and everything, and all the big time players was in there. From the Chris Tucker was there.
Dang.
Chris Charles, DC Curry, Chocolate, Arnaz J, Bruce.
Oh my!
So they always went up after the amateur contest So the amateurs wasn't doing well that particular night, man. I was kind of like at the bottom of the list. And Corey Zoo-Man was the very first person that ever brought me on stage, man. You know, like I said,
so he was hosting the
open mic night.
This bug was off the hook.
Yeah, this thing was off the chain, man. Wild, and we'll never forget, it was a Tuesday night, wall to wall packed.
Tuesday night, wall to wall packed. That's Atlanta for you,
that's Atlanta for you back then, man. Back in '95. So, like I say, all the amateurs wasn't doing well, man. Like I said, they had all the heavy hitters in there. So Zoo was like, man, you know what? We ain't gonna do no more. We're gonna do one more amateur, then we're gonna go to the big dog.
Yeah.
Crowd was like, yeah, what we need to do? So I stopped Zoo Man. I said, man, my name is JJ. I'm on the list. I said, man, I need to go on stage tonight, because if I don't go on stage tonight, you know, I may not come back.
Ever go. Wow.
I might not come back.
Amazing.
And everything. So I'm assuming that he really saw the dedication in my eyes. The fact that, you know, I was very sincere, that I really wanted to get up there and everything, man. He believed and he felt it. So he said, hey, man, I'm going to do one more. But he whispered in my ear, he said, man, you got to rock.
You got to come
thing,
with
man.
it, yeah.
So Zoo go back on stage. He said, man, I just met a brother. He said he really want to go on stage, man, so I'm going to bring up one more amateur. The crowd like, man, come on. Too many celebrities in here. So, man, I'm going to let him. He made me feel like he want to go up. So I went on stage, my voice cracking.
Yeah.
I'm nervous. And that was the very first thing I said on stage. I said, y'all may hear it in my voice or you can see it in my face. But I'm nervous, then I'm motherfucker.
And then you got a little bit of laughs.
Crowd gave me support and everything, man. Did my 3 or 4 minutes. I was blessed to get my standing ovation my very first time.
Hell
man.
Yeah.
Very first time, man. Got a standing ovation the very first night. So here I am today.
This next story comes from another one of my, I hold this comedian near and dear to my heart because she's such a beautiful person, inside and out. So sweet, always, ever since, you know, we ran into each other at the Improv here in Atlanta when that was a thing. And, you know, just kind of, you know, start talking about our journeys and everything. She's been nothing but the consummate friend to me and the consummate mentor in terms of comedy, man. And she doing her thing, man. She's doing big stuff, man. So definitely I want you guys to listen to Miss Mia Jackson as she talks about some of the double standards in comedy in terms of, you know, men and women, and also just kind of a little bit of her journey and the things that she has to go through being a female in a male-dominated industry like stand-up comedy. All right, so I obviously had to do this. Just so you know, you are making history with this podcast. You are
the first woman?
You are the first female. You are the first female. Like, obviously, I'm very early. Like, this is only my, 6th episode. You know, I'm just
all right. Thank you for getting us in early.
Yeah, exactly.
Getting in on the ground floor.
Exactly.
All right. I'm a pioneer of the Rosa Parks. Of this podcast.
Thank you.
That should
No. I see where you were going.
That was a pioneer. Maybe that was a Harriet Tubman.
Sojourner, all of them. Yeah, you all of them put together in one. Yes.
You see them going back. I know it's Black history.
Exactly. So I obviously have to ask this question, just because, we're going there with that theme. Do you feel, or put it this way, what is your take on kind of working in this? Because you all know the stand-up comedy and comedians is kind of a male-dominated type thing. You'll go out and it'll be, and I don't think people would think that I'm unfair in saying that. I mean, hell, you see most of them are men, and then you see one woman, and then men, and then you see one woman.
The world is a male-dominated world.
That's true too. So if we go that far, we can go there. So, but stand-up, definitely. So all the specials I'm seeing on Netflix right now, men. Then you'll get an Amy Schumer, men. So with that said, what is your take, and how have you just kind of dealt with kind of being a comedian and kind of carving your niche in such a male-dominated,
Like, how do I deal with it, or how do you?
I guess basically your take. You can take the question either way.
I mean, it is a male-dominated industry.
So you agree?
So you're not. That's not a. You're not. That's not hyperbole. It's not you're making it like it's. It's what it is.
Exactly.
It's a male-dominated industry because, to stand up in front of people and to be funny is something that people associate with men. Like, people don't expect, and that's always that age-old thing. People are like, women ain't funny. People don't expect women to be funny. But it's a very, but to go stand on stage and to have a microphone in front of your hand and try to command a crowd, that is a very, that's a thing that people are like, that's a masculine thing.
Yeah, it's
like,
more of
women are supposed to be soft and women are supposed to be sweet and blah, blah, blah. So there is that. But I just kind of, I think when I got into comedy, though, I didn't look at it as just being, I didn't look at it as being a limitation. I didn't look at it being like, well, I'm a woman, so I just was like, I want to go in and be good. Like, I want to be able, I'm going to just be good. I want to be able to hang with anybody,
anyone,
and so, but it is a lot of men in comedy, and again, a lot of that stuff, I think the reason why there probably aren't as many women is just because of how people are, how women are, how we're socialized, how we're raised. It's because it's like, if women are being loud and snorting and funny, and people are kind of like, oh, no.
Or maybe the language, stuff like that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I've had conversations with people where they're like, I don't, women that curse too much. I mean, that's kind of,
But we could do it all day, right?
Yeah. Like, I remember, I dated somebody who was like that. It was just like, maybe you don't want to, maybe we should, not really curse each other, much when we talk. And I was like, what? Like, why? Like, it feels good to say shit. I mean, like, I don't know if I can curse on the podcast.
Of course you can. Of course you can.
But yeah, so it's that kind of thing where, but it's the way women are socialized to be like, well, you're supposed to be seen and not heard, and and all that kind of stuff. So that's, we don't really get encouraged to be funny, that kind of thing. And so, and it's just it's the socialization part. And so, but men, and I'm not trying to be like, I'm man bashing, but like men, like, you can just be the dumbest dude on earth that's just like, oh, I'm funny. And it's like, and they go get on stage and you're like, no, you're not, but all right, but somebody gave you the confidence and you just feel like you should be able to do it, and nobody stops them, but if it's a woman that's kind of like, well, I think I might be funny, people are like, are you sure you want to do that?
Yes.
Sure you want to try?
That's the hell of a double standard right there. That's true. Any dude just can go,
dude would jump on stage and be talking about nothing.
Yeah, but like your housewife from Indiana somewhere, they'd be like, oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
You might want to think about that before.
Like, I mean, you have a family. Is that something you want to? And it's like, men have families.
Exactly. We all the same. Yeah.
Yeah.
This next story comes from a straight up complete fool. This cat, man, like I talked about, us persevering and going through hardships and then coming back on the other side, doing huge things and surviving. That is clearly the case with this gentleman, man. Mr. Rodney Perry, you guys know him from his stand up and from some movies, man. But what a lot of folks probably don't know, because you just saw him kind of just getting down all the whole time, is he suffered a life-threatening stroke, and was laid up for a while. But all the prayers and his perseverance, got him through that, and now he's back out here on stage and doing his thing. So y'all got to listen to this story that he told about one of our favorite cats back from Ann Arbor, Mr. Jalen Rose from the Fab Five. He had me straight up laughing all the way through it. So, man, y'all check out this story from Mr. Rodney Perry. Exactly. University of Michigan is there.
Yeah, that's where Magic them from, right?
Magic is Michigan State.
Okay.
Yeah. But we got Jalen Rose. We got Jalen Rose and the Fab Five.
I got a Jalen Rose story.
Let's start it out with that. Because I usually start off with a basketball question, but guess what? We're gonna let this be the start. Yeah, that's my dude. I love him. So let's get it.
So my first tour, said the entertainer, after he did the Kings, he took like a bunch of us comedians on the road. So he would host, And he would let us be kind of the stars of the night. Yeah. So myself, J.J. Williamson, Duval.
I think I saw a damn tape of that.
We ended up doing a DVD called Starting Lineup.
Starting Lineup. Right. He was hosting.
He was the host.
I remember that.
And so that was the end of it. But the beginning of it was right here in Detroit, Fox Theater. You know, and you got to think we all young comics. We ain't never been on no Fox stage.
Exactly.
So I did the Bay Area Comedy Competition in Oakland, and Cedric's road manager saw me, and that's how I got the gig. It was this girl from here that got the gig too. She got booed that night.
Oh man!
I mean, when I tell you Detroit let this, they gave her all the boos. I mean, they booed this lady.
Like this was worse than Apollo.
Huh? Her feet came off the ground. I mean, they booed. I was like, oh damn. Man. And so we saw that, we were scared, everybody was nervous, but I went out. Long story short, I had a good set.
Good.
And so the way the tour go, you would fly into one city, which was Detroit. You would take a tour bus to the next city. That for us that weekend it was Indianapolis.
Gotcha.
And so on the tour bus, said and Jalen Rose is cool.
Oh shit! Okay.
Jalen Rose ride on. He said,
"I didn't even know that."
Jalen Rose is like, "Yo, man, I'm coming. I'm riding."
He saying like, "Come on."
And you know, during that time, and I still play Madden. I'm playing Madden.
Exactly.
So we playing Madden on the bus. You know, I'm playing. You know, and I play Madden. I'm good, but I'm playing Jalen Rose, and he better than me.
Oh, so Jalen.
Like I cannot stop this dude.
Yeah.
But I can score on him. So we playing. I'm score. He score. I score. He score. It come down to fourth quarter. I got the ball. If I score, I tie the game. If I score, kick the field goal, I tie the game. We going overtime.
Yeah.
But I know I can't stop him.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you know what?
You got to think about some shit.
I'm like, fuck it. I'm going for 2.
Okay.
So I score. I go for 2. I get the 2. Jalen Rose like Rodney Perry.
He said, "Why did you?"
He said, "Let me tell you something." He said, "I ain't mad. I ain't mad you scored on me. I ain't even mad that you went for 2. I'm mad you went for 2 without thinking about it."
Yeah. All right. This next story is from a cat. I admire this cat so much, man. First of all, he's salt of the earth people too, man. Just willing to give you the shirt off his back, man. Will help you out in any way possible. I knew that when I was like begging for this interview, and he like made it possible. Like if it was just me trying to get this interview done, I would have never got it done. But he made it possible and just did everything that he didn't have to do to get me this interview. And so, man, I'm so appreciative of him. And like I said, I admire him so much because you may not have seen him a lot on stage as of late. We know him back from the Def Comedy Jam days. But this guy's done some super duper shit like ever since then. And it's a lot of it's been behind the scenes. He's never gotten off the stage, but he's done a lot of behind the scenes stuff from some of the stuff that y'all have been watching. This guy put together Mike Epps' most recent, only one Mike, like the one where I thought Mike Epps was the best that he's ever been comedically, stand-up comic wise. This cat was the one that put that one together, man. So, hey, without further ado, I want y'all to check out my man Royale Watkins as he tells the story about the first time I had ever seen him, which was on Def Comedy Jam, and how he did that infamous gun bit and how it went over and it kind of propelled him into the national spotlight to be like a huge comic at that time. So y'all check it out. Def Comedy Jam.
Okay.
You walk out on the stage, you let everybody know, say, "Hey, man, ain't gonna be no problems tonight." Turn around, you had the piece with you, right?
Yeah, that was
I've always wanted to ask, was it real?
No, that one was not real. The one on the show,
because you like handed it to somebody in the little.
Yeah, I know. It's like
I was like, that probably
here's the thing.
real.
It was a prop bit, and
exactly,
and it worked so wonderfully.
Oh, it worked well.
The problem was anything real that had weight to it would slide down my back when I did the bit.
Out.
Right. So in order for the bit to work, the handle of the butt of the weapon had to be up high enough so that when I took my jacket off, people could see it.
Very true.
But a real gun, the weight of it would fall. You know what I mean? Gravity would fall, and so it'll be. It's like I go drop the punchline, and it would take people. I would like literally have to stand there to wait to try to wiggle to make them see the gun, and
that's
the gun,
true.
And then you lose the bit.
True. Like you said, the bit was like I ain't got no problems, right?
Right, you turn around, see it,
like
boom,
whoa,
instantaneous.
Yeah, very true. I've always wanted to ask that though.
Plastic spray painted toy gun work way better than real gun.
Perfect. All right. Now I gotta ask you about your because back then that was when the heavy hit. It was heavy. Def Comedy Jam. That was heavy hitter shit back then.
Yeah.
It kind of came back and. Tried and all that, but yeah, back then that was heavy hitter shit. So you got to give me some Def Comedy Jam experience. How was your experience?
Well, okay. So here's my Def Jam experience, and I feel like I had like this very full, you know what I mean? Robust is probably a better word.
Yeah,
experience.
Definitely.
Because I think I'm the only comic to have done the show 3 times, to have produced the season of the show, and to have written on the show, and to have done the tour.
Wow!
So,
all right,
I
gonna get into that
I
stuff
got the
too.
full opportunity.
Yeah.
But it was a career maker.
Wow!
It was a career maker. I did it the first time, and obviously had that big response based on the gun bit, and it got everybody on the production side and management side excited. So they pulled me out immediately to go do the tour. And touring the country with Bernie Mac, Bill Bellamy, Reggie McFadden, Joe Torre, Adele Givens, Ricky Harris, and Kid Capri for like a year and a half, 2 years. It's like, I mean, as a 24?
Damn.
24, and Bernie was open. Like, so here, check this lineup out. Look at this flow show. Whoever the local open was in the city would probably mostly open show before curtains. Mm-hmm. But when the curtains opened, it was showtime. It was Kid Capri for 10 minutes of music. Like before pre-social media. So people didn't have their phones up and, you know, putting it on. It was just pure them focus on the show. Him going in for 10, 12 minutes and getting the crowd up here.
That's a good idea.
Then he would intro Bernie. Bernie would come out, take the crowd from here to here.
So he hosted.
Bernie was a host.
Holy shit.
Bernie was
okay.
And then after Bernie got him all the way up here, then he brought me out and I took him right here. I took him right here and did the best I could to hold on.
That's Bernie. Yeah.
But it was a ride, bro. It's just like you learning. You know, it's like...
And you said you was 24.
25 years old, man, just out there trying to learn and have fun.
Let's bring up your next comedian, ladies and gentlemen, Meldon Williams.
All right, keep it going for me. All right, how y'all doing? Everybody good? Yes. Good looking people in here too, right in the front too, yes. All the ugly motherfuckers must be in the back, huh? That's how good they look in the front. There's something ugly. I know some ugly some bitches in here. But it's just not none of them in the front. Y'all looking good, man. Yes, any married couples? Where the married people at? Any married folks? Yeah. No, seriously, I celebrate marriage, man. If y'all got it good, man, because I'm scared. I'm still single because I'm scared of fucking marriage, man. I'm scared that I'm just going to wind up with that woman. We're just had the worst fucking marriage ever. You know what I mean? Just terrible. Can you imagine this? Can you imagine this scenario? Like you come home like one night, 5 o'clock in the morning from, I'm talking about like some of your, like some championship cheating. You know what I mean? Like this, I'm talking about just a motherfucking Golden State Warrior. I'm talking about just good ass cheating. You've been doing your best cheating you can do. 5 o'clock in the morning, you sneaking in, you turn the key, you trying to be quiet. You tiptoe, you on your motherfucking tippy toes trying to sneak in. You know what I mean? Then you get back to the bedroom and that bitch ain't even there. You like, what the fuck? Now you done forgot you ain't shit. You like, where is this bitch at? Oh man, I'm so scared of that. I have nightmares about that kind of shit. I would not want to be in that kind of marriage, dog. Both of you motherfuckers ain't shit. Just that. Yeah, man. Yes, indeed, man. I'm an observational comedian, so I just, certain stuff just kind of hit me at certain times. So that's why I just share this with y'all. I was probably asked the stupidest question in the world the other day. Yeah, the other day, just the stupidest question that you could ever ask me. I was in the store and I bought something, and the lady had the nerve to ask me, "Would you like your receipt?" I said, of course, bitch, I'd like my receipt. Are you kidding? Hey, think about it. A receipt can save your goddamn life. Oh, yeah. You ever looked at a receipt? Yeah. Fuck the price. Fuck the price and all that shit. Them motherfuckers got the time of day. Them some bitches got the address. Hey, especially for a big burly motherfucker like me, you understand, dog? Hey, black, hey, we gotta save ourselves. Them some bitches that had you doing all kinds of shit at that time. Hey, where were you? We know where you were. We have you on tape. Doing a drive-by, 5:15 in Cleveland. I say, receipt, bitch. Receipt. I was in Sandy Soda Shop, motherfucker. You ain't got me. Shit. The receipt would get you out of some shit, I'm telling you. Look, all y'all gonna think's different. Now, like, yeah, give me my motherfucking receipt. Shit. Yes, don't ask me that shit. She asked me that. I was like, you damn right I want my receipt, bitch. Or I'll burn this motherfucker down if I don't get one. Shit, I might not do a drive-by, but I'll go to jail for arson, sir. You get it? You see what I'm saying? And it kind of flew over some people's head. I was all right. That's all right. Yeah, man. Yes, indeed. Anybody still, any perverts in the audience? Any perverts? Thank you, cousin. Don't leave me up here by my goddamn self. Shit, you see how my hand shot straight up. Hey, dog, pervert for real, man. I'm starting to realize, though, I'm getting older. That's what it really is. When you get older, you start perving off of shit you're not supposed to perv off of. Yeah, like the whole breastfeeding thing. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Y'all heard about the breastfeeding thing? That's why they be trying to shame women, telling them they shouldn't breastfeed in public. You heard about this? You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't breastfeed in public. No one wants to see that. You should do that in the confines of your own home. I'm like, hold on, wait, motherfucker. Speak for your goddamn self. Shit. I don't know about you, sir, but I'm all for a titty popping out in public. I'm sorry. Shit. Pull them motherfuckers out, dog. Shit, Jay, I saw one boy going to work one day. He was my hero. I was like, yes. Shit looked so good. I said, let me go get some Oreos. I'll be right back. There's two of them, goddammit. He can have one, I can have one. Yes, man. Indeed. What else, man, before I get out of here, man? Like I said, I'm an observational comedian, man. I like commercial jingles. Anybody else like whenever you sit there and watch a commercial? Whenever I watch the Super Bowl, like, fuck the game. I watch for the commercials, you know what I'm saying? But the jingles are what get me, man. Yes, I love the jingles. You gotta have a good song, good jingle for me. Yeah. Well, see, some jingles are so good, they make you want to go get the product immediately. Yes, indeed. I'm telling you, Jay, from experience. You ever heard this one? Days looking new and bright. You're gonna start it right. Forge is starting to brew. That mountain grown aroma's calling you. The best part of waking up. Motherfucking right. I see y'all know what I'm talking about. Hey, but tell me, sir, you don't want a hot steaming cup of Folgers right now. Just like you like it. Just like he like it. Hot, black, and in his favorite coffee mug, the one with the crack in it. You know what I'm talking about. And that's all my time. My name is Meldon Williams. Yo, thank you so much for checking out the pod. And a very special thanks to all the talented and amazing comics that have rocked with me the first 2 seasons. And here's to the amazing comics that'll get down with me in the future. They can't break us because they didn't make us, ladies and gentlemen. Let's continue our dopeness. Y'all be good to yourselves and be good to each other. Peace out.